We live in interesting times. This week's stories. In Washington, D.C., President Donald Trump was impeached for abuse of power. In Florida, Polk County's war against mosquitoes and deadly arboviruses. Still in Florida, Tampa residents take interest in e-scooters. In Hawaii, the Taiko Drum continues to attract audiences across generations. In Washington State, Lake Sammamish makes days in the sun more fun. In Tennessee, Memphis celebrates its 200th birthday and builds a gigantic monument. Plus, in Canada, the Moon and Back Gallery brings to Vancouver visual immersive art. This is Eagle News Weekend Edition, broadcasting from Washington, D.C., bringing you stories from around the globe. I am Eliza Gonzalez, Manglikmot. President Donald Trump was impeached for abuse of power in a historic vote in the House of Representatives on Wednesday, setting up a Senate trial on removing him from office after 3 turbulent years. By a 230 to 197 vote in the Democratic majority House, the 45th U.S. president became just the third occupant of the White House in American history to be impeached. Democrats said they had no choice but to formally charge the 73-year-old Republican, whose impeachment along stark party lines places an indelible stain on his record while driving a spike ever deeper into the U.S. political divide.
The President of the United States has been impeached for now only the third time in history. The President of the United States should be tried. And the question is now whether Senator McConnell will allow a fair trial in the Senate.
Trump will now stand trial in the Senate, where his Republicans hold a solid majority and are expected to exonerate him. The House vote came 4 months after a whistleblower blew open the scandal of Trump pressuring Ukraine's president to investigate his potential White House challenger in 2020, the veteran Democrat Joe Biden. After a marathon 10-hour debate, lawmakers also voted 229 to 198 to approve the second article of impeachment facing Trump for obstructing the congressional probe into his Ukraine dealings. Up next, in Florida, Polk County's war against mosquitoes and deadly arboviruses. Eagle News Weekend Edition will return shortly. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is Eagle News Weekend Edition coming to you from Washington, D.C. I am Eliza Gonzalez, Manglikmot. One county in Florida continues its war against mosquitoes and deadly arboviruses. Eagle News correspondent Melissa Allen visits Polk County Mosquito Control Unit and learns about how we can help win the fight. Take a look.
In Central Florida, with its generally hot and wet climate, pesky mosquitoes are almost a year-round problem. EBC got a behind-the-scenes look at what one Florida county is doing in the war against mosquitoes and in helping to protect the public against the deadly arboviruses they transmit. Dr. Carl Bohini is the Director and Program Manager for the Polk County Mosquito Control Unit.
Polk County is a very huge county, over 2,000 square miles. So we have a lot of mosquitoes here, and we currently have about 62 trap sites around the county, and each week we sample those and we set out traps and retrieve those traps, and they catch mosquitoes. And in those traps, then we know where there are lots of mosquitoes, and we treat for those particular areas. Yeah.
Even in the fall months, when the majority of the country is experiencing significantly cooler weather, mosquito populations in the Sunshine State continue to thrive and pose a threat to public health.
In Florida, we basically have mosquitoes all throughout the year. You know, by December, January, the numbers are very low, but we do have mosquitoes, you know, and they're still capable of transmitting the diseases. Yes, we've caught mosquitoes in our trap when the overnight temperature was, you know, below 50. I've seen mosquitoes in our traps when the outside temperature was about 45 degrees.
Well, I want to talk about this trap here. This is actually what we call a gravid trap. Mosquitoes find this ideal place to lay their eggs. And at the same time, we have this, which has a fan, which can suck the adults into the trap. So we can get the eggs as well as the adults in this particular trap.
In order to combat the multitudes of mosquitoes throughout the county, the Mosquito Control Unit uses a comprehensive approach which includes both monitoring and controlling mosquito populations by various means. Dr. Buhini explains their Sentinel Chickens program.
Currently, we have 6 Sentinel flock sites around the county. Each flock site has about 6 chickens. We draw blood samples from them, and then we send them to the lab, and we test for antibodies for West Nile, Triple E, that's Eastern Equine Encephalitis, and West Nile virus, you know, St. Louis encephalitis. It's like an early warning system for us. If those that particular site test positive, you know, for say West Nile, so we know that there's West Nile virus in the area, and we go to that area and try to spray the area to try to kill the mosquitoes.
Airplanes and trucks are used for spraying pesticides over vast areas. Nick Harbo gave us a tour of one of their mosquito spray trucks.
This is the chemical tank. We have Control 3030, permethrin kind of, you know, chemical. Much softer than some of the other chemicals used in the industry, but still fairly effective. The computer is taking a GPS track of the vehicle, knowing how fast it's going, and changes the pump speed so that we're always getting an even spray, whether the driver's going 30 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour.
To help ensure that the mosquitoes aren't becoming resistant to the pesticides being used, chemical resistance testing is conducted periodically.
At the beginning of every season, we test whether all the chemicals that we're using are effective in killing the mosquitoes.
The Polk County Mosquito Control Unit also works to educate the public about eliminating mosquito breeding sites around the home and preventing mosquito bites.
We always advise, number one, tourists and even the general population to wear repellents if they're going out, especially during dusk and dawn. EPA recommends, you know, repellents with DEET and picaridin, you know, they are very good. And DEET has been used for a very long time. It has a very good history, and that's what we use.
According to the Polk County Mosquito Control Unit and the Florida Department of Health, it can be hard to pinpoint exactly when mosquito season will end. Thus, it is strongly recommended that Central Floridians, as well as tourists visiting the region, take proper measures to always protect themselves and their families. Signing off from Bartow, Florida, I'm Melissa Allen, and always 1 with 25.
Thanks, Melissa. Still in Florida, Tampa residents take interest in e-scooters, the latest fad in urban transportation. Eagle News correspondent Abby Aragon with the details.
One exciting way to travel the city is by scooter. Here in Tampa, Florida, the latest trends and a fast way to get around the city is by e-scooters. People can be seen riding them down the streets and all over the place. Let's try it out too. As cities develop and expand, transportation methods must keep up with growing demand. Other forms of transportation commonly used in cities include trains, buses, and rideshare apps. But a way to incorporate a little fun into your morning commute or a stroll through the city is by scooter. Upgraded from the typical scooters we had in our childhood, e-scooters are faster, easily accessible, and environmentally friendly. The e-scooters were implemented to reduce traffic and increase mobility at a lower price. They've also made them super easy to use. All you have to do is download an app for which scooter you're using, then follow the instructions given to you. Tampa residents seem to enjoy the scooters and like to use it for recreational purposes.
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good experience. It's not hard at all. It's cheap. Something to do while you're out here.
You should try it. It's pretty fun.
The e-scooters are becoming increasingly popular in Tampa, and unsurprisingly, nearby cities are starting to consider following Tampa's lead, with the scooters being both economically and environmentally friendly.
Now you can ride around your favorite city and see all the best sights. But remember to stay safe. I'm Abby Aragon from Tampa, Florida, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thank you, Abby. Up next, in Hawaii, the Taiko Drum continues to attract audiences across generations. In Washington State, Lake Sammamish makes days in the sun more fun. In Tennessee, Memphis celebrates its 200th birthday and builds a gigantic monument. Plus, in Canada, the Moon and Back Gallery brings to Vancouver visual immersive art. Eagle News Weekend Edition will be right back. Stay with us. This is Eagle News Weekend Edition coming to you from Washington, D.C. I'm Eliza Gonzalez Manglikmot. For centuries, the Taiko drum has been an important part of Japanese culture. First used by the country's military, it became even more popular as it was integrated into the arts. Nowadays, the taiko can still be heard on various occasions in many parts of the world. Eagle News correspondent Charmaine Serrera with the details.
Taiko is a Japanese word that literally means drum. The term has also come to refer to the art of Japanese drumming, also known as kumi-daiko. According to various sources, the taiko's origins can be traced as far back as India, almost 2,000 years ago. This instrument was not introduced to Japan until around the 5th or 6th century AD, at a time when Chinese and Korean cultures were also flourishing. When the oldest constitution of Japan was implemented in 702 AD, a department within the imperial court was established to adopt the taiko and use it for royal and military purposes. At around the 14th century, the taiko was incorporated into the classical Japanese dance and drama, making this instrument a recognizable part of Japan's culture ever since. These days, the taiko is commonly seen as the main attraction of a kumi-daiko, a small performing group with drums and instruments of different shapes and sizes. This concept actually became popular only after World War II. Whether in Japan or elsewhere, in front of a large or small audience, the taiko drums are always an attention getter, just like these performers at a major shopping center in Honolulu. For Eagle News, this is Charmaine Serrera, always 1 with 25.
Thanks, Charmaine. Now let's head over to Washington State. Eagle News correspondents Michael Hudson and Frendel Feheran will take us to Lake Sammamish, where days in the sun are made definitely more fun. Take a look.
There are 8,000 lakes here in Washington State. How do you choose which one to bring your family to? I mean, you can go online and do your research, you can go out and venture on your own, or you can take the recommendations of others. Today, I'm here with my co-correspondent, Michael Hudson, and our friends have actually recommended that we visit and check out Lake Sammamish, which is the lake that you see right behind us. And being here for just a couple of hours, we learned a lot of great facts about this place.
Many families of Washington State stay committed investing in creating more fond memories, which are to serve as a way to edify the relationships that keep one motivated and driven.
So here at Lake Sammamish Park, it's nestled between Issaquah and Sammamish, which are the two biggest tech cities in the state of Washington. Additionally, there are at least 4 Native American tribes that resided around the lake back in the day. So here there are tons of water activities, playgrounds for the children, and tons of trails that hiker enthusiasts can indulge in. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the sounds and views of beautiful Lake Sammamish today. Please put it on your bucket list for the next Washington State adventure you pursue.
Exactly, and create the quality time that you need to build the relationships that matter to you most. From Issaquah, Washington, I'm Frendel Faharin.
And I'm Michael Hudson.
And we are one with 25.
Thank you, Mike and Frendel. Now let's head east to Tennessee. When the city of Memphis celebrated its 200th birthday this year, the city built a gigantic sign to commemorate the occasion. EBC correspondent Elmarie Gonzalez gives us a closer look at this newest landmark.
Hello from Memphis, Tennessee. One of the landmarks to see on your next visit to Memphis is its gigantic sign. Built in May 2019 to commemorate the city's 200th anniversary, this multicolored monument is 50 feet long and comprised of steel block letters, each 10 feet high and weighing a total of 20,000 pounds, and sits on a foundation of 147,000 pounds of concrete. As a way to draw more visitors to Mud Island, a Memphis River Park, this unique art installation has already garnered much attention, especially from social media enthusiasts eager to display their selfie photos with the hashtag Memphis Sign. The sign was built to endure all weather conditions and seismic durability. The designer Tyler French of Youngblood Studios stated that this sign isn't going anywhere for a long time. Reporting from Memphis, Tennessee, I am Elmarie Gonzalez, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Elmarie. Let's head back west to British Columbia, Canada. Eagle News correspondent Kathleen Cruz gets up close with one of the owners of the Moon and Back Gallery, giving us a glimpse of this visual immersive art venue for the adventurous and for photo enthusiasts. Kathleen?
Are you ready to be visually amazed? With colorful lights, infinity rooms, and optical illusions that will definitely blow your mind. Here comes the Moon and Back Gallery. Metro Vancouver opens the door to its newest and first ever visual infinity and mirror room. Photo enthusiasts, social media influencers, and art lovers, get your cameras ready as we tour the 2,000 square feet space of the Moon and Back Gallery with one of the owners, Shelly Liu.
We have 10 sections installed with different things, different cool visual immersive arts that people can be part of, and they come in here and they become part of the art.
Be creative because the gallery offers unique rooms so you can score amazing pictures and videos.
So this is our infinity tunnel, and we have the double-sided mirror to create a feeling that this tunnel is never ending. So this room is
like an infinity forest, like a red forest, are designed by different local artists, and this one is definitely by one of them as well. Just the plain red color, but also it's like coming very strong when it's on photo and or on videos. It's more artsy. So this is our 2D hand-drawn comic room, and this is also by another local artist, and she painted this room for a month and for it to come together to give people a feeling that they're living in a 2D world. So this is our rainbow alley. So we paint all the walls to different colors. It starts with pink and orange and green and blue and purple. This one is just like more meant for a colorful experience and decorated with all the neon lights. So this is a mirrored space, and we wanted to create like stars and like to make people feel like that they're outer space, linked back to the name of our gallery. So we wanted to create like an outer space sort of galaxy kind of feeling.
It's just amazing. It's just because there's a lot of influencers and photographers that take pictures of your gallery, and when
Yes.
they see that in Instagram or in Facebook, they are inspired to actually go into your gallery. Right?
Yes, definitely. And we have amazing artists coming in to visit our gallery too.
This new exhibit is open all year long so visitors can explore the rooms at their own pace. Here is why the gallery is called Moon and Back.
We named our gallery Moon and Back because we wanted to give people a feeling that they're in a complete different world, a new world of art and lights, and we wanted to give them an experience that it's bringing them to outer space, to the moon, and then they're back to reality.
From Richmond, Canada, Kathleen Cruz, Eagle News, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Kat. That is this week's Eagle News Weekend Edition. Join us again next time for stories from our bureaus across the nation and around the globe. Visit our websites at eaglenews.net and eaglenewslive.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/eaglenews and on Facebook at facebook.com/eaglenews. Thank you for watching. I am Eliza Gonzalez, Manglik Mott, always 1 with 25. Happy weekend.